this monk from Ajahn Chah's monastery who could speak English came to stay at this monastery in Nong Khai. And he said, you should train with Luang Por Chah. He's really wise, enlightened master, and he will really train you with the Vinaya. So I followed that advice. So by the time I met Luang Por Chah in 1967, I already had insight into the first two Noble Truths, but I didn't have the third Noble Truth is Nirodha, or the end of suffering. So I didn't quite understand that. I had the insight into letting go, but there was all kinds of subtle attachments that I didn't see really or notice. And so Luang Por Chah asked me about my practice, and I said, I'm practicing letting go. And he said, well, that's very good, you keep doing that, but to learn Vinaya, you have to cling to it. So Vinaya is very much, like 227 precepts we chant every fortnight, and I recognized the wisdom there. I really wanted to learn how to obey, and because the Vinaya was not asking me to do anything bad. Sometimes I didn't understand the purpose of some of the precepts because it was dated from 2,500 years ago, and they didn't really much apply to anything relevant in my experience at that time. But that was fine. I wasn't going to quibble about that. And then Luang Por Chah was a very ebullient personality. He was a very wide open kind of teacher who you felt very attracted to right in the beginning. He's so glad to receive me. I didn't know what to expect. I couldn't speak Thai, and the Thai monk that brought me to Wat Pah Pong kind of, gave me all the positive things about Ajahn Chah. So I just took it for granted he was an enlightened being. So, and that was necessary at the time because it gave me a lifestyle to develop. And I liked the monastery. I liked the monks, the Luang Por Chah. I personally felt a kind of affection for, and the monks in the monastery were kind and supportive of me. When I was learning, I had to learn to speak Thai, and then they had a dialect they spoke in northeast Thailand, so I had to learn dialect and the kind of central Thai form of Thai, which is quite different. So it was very confusing, but basically I felt the life there at Wat Pah Pong. I admired the kind of nobility of the life and the restraint and the relinquishment of things that I could visually witness and participate in. So I never wanted, I felt oftentimes suffocated by it or critical of it. But then Luang Por Chah's advice was to just be the witness to these mental states. He wasn't trying to convert me, and and program me, but for using his method of meditation to just witness the frustration of boredom or anger or resentment or whatever you're feeling in any situation. And I found out I could actually do that. I can actually witness I get, like Luang Por Chah would give 5-hour desanas in the evening. And I had to sit through 5 hours listening to him and not understand a word. And then you're sitting in a particular, with a Thai polite posture with your feet on one side of your body, which is, Americans never sit like that. So my body wasn't used to it. It was extremely painful. And they were insistent that I hold that position. And of course I felt anger and resentment. And I'd feel angry with Luang Por Chah for speaking for so long. But it wasn't that I was totally adoring everything every moment, but I was witnessing my just the experience that I was having, learning to learn another language and live in a very special way that was particularly contrary to any way I had to live when I was in the United States.